before as electrician, or if you are not electrician, you want to do installation or you want to wire your room by using the European system. First of all, as electrician, there is one thing you need to understand that we call it estimate. This one is estimate. There is something we call estimate. You need to do your estimate. And how do you do the estimate? You do the estimate by understanding. Let's take it. This is a house. This is a house. No, this is a room. This is a room. This is a room. This is a room, right? Let me draw it well. Hey, stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. This is a room. Let me draw it this way. Okay. This is a window here. This is a window. And here is a window. This is one room that you want to wire. First of all, you as an electrician, one thing you need to understand is that when somebody said wire, I want you to do installation in my house, there is one thing frequently you need to ask: what are you going to use inside this room? The person will use television. He will use fridge. He will use media and gadget. He will use so many things inside this room. So as an electrician, you need to understand that your estimate of wiring, your estimate is not concentrate on only the material. You first of all need to understand what your client or your customer want to use this room for. So before wiring it, you understand that this room, this is what the person want to use. For sleep, he will use a fan or air condition. So through that, you do your estimate. And how do you do the estimate? How much protection can you protect this room? How much can you protect this room? And that is what is important. Because if the person is going to use so many things in this room, it means all the gadgets inside this room must be protected. So what you are going to do is that, okay, now you understand this is a single room and this is what the person want to use. There will be a socket. Let me say there will be a socket here. There will be a socket here. There will be a socket here. In Europe, this is a sign of a socket. And some of the sockets too, you get it on a different form. This is a sign of a socket. In working place, they do it on different things. So, and then this is the entrance where the door is open to. And here you put your switch here. And in every time you are doing wiring, you need to also see the comfort of the person. It's very, very important. The comfort of the person is what? Down this switch, you need to give the person another socket. You need to give the person another socket down. You need to give another socket down here. And this is where the person will be sleeping. This is the bed. This is the bed. And here we'll get a fan. Here we'll get a fan. So this is the bed and this is the fan. So for you to give the person comfort, this one is don't supposed to be one way. Don't supposed to be one way, because if this one be one way, maybe the person is sleeping here and the person is feeling asleep. The person don't need to wake up to come and on the light or off the light and go back and sleep, because when he off the light here, the room will be dark. So you need to provide the person two-way switch, and then here you give the person three-way here. Then you give the person another two-way here. Now four-way, you give the person four-way here. Four-way, you give the person four-way here. Why did you give the person four-way? Because the person can on the light here and off the light here and on the light here and off the light here and on the light here. So if two people are sleeping on this bed, it means the person who is here can off this light, and the person who is sleeping here can off the light, and the person who is entering here can off the light. I think it's clear. So this is the diagram I want to show you. So when we go back to wire this house, this is a fan. This is entrance. If you put the fan here, the fan regulator here, you have stressed the person who is sleeping here. What did you do? You take the fan regulator here and then replace the fan regulator here. You understand? This fan regulator here always supposed to be near the bed for the person to be able to sleep. After that, you need to give another socket here. Another socket here. But be careful. This socket here and this socket here is not the same as this socket here or this socket here. Understand? Because this socket here is only used to charge phones. It's only used to charge phones and then mobile phones, something which is not much consumer and also can be protected. So this socket here should be 10 amps, 10 ampere. This socket here should be 10 ampere. But this socket here is 16 ampere, which we call in Ghana 13 ampere. This one is 16 ampere. So this socket here, this socket here, this socket here are consuming more than this one. So it's not the same. It's not the same. And also when you are doing the wiring, for the socket, you use 2.5 for the normal socket here. For the normal socket. Or 4 millimeters cable or 2.5 millimeters cable for socket. That is European wiring system, as I said. So 2.5 or 4.5, then this socket here is going to be using 1.5 millimeters cable. It's not 2.5. Because the reason why we always get fire outbreak is that, or the gadget that we are using is continue burning, is that if you put 2.5 cable here and the person is charging mobile phone always here, gradually the mobile phone battery is weakening. So that is why you need to put 10 ampere, the same thing as the light, because the light don't consume. So, and then you go with your air conditioning, or later I will explain how to connect air conditioning. And don't forget that I said this wiring system is an European wiring system, especially in Italy. So this is how it works. So let's take it that this is the house. The 10 ampere that I am talking about in Europe here, this is how it is. You can see it here. It's 10 ampere. And this device, let's talk about this device. This device is protected because we have a text device here. This device is different from this device. This device is different from this one. The differences is that this is in Italy we call this one interruttore. This one is where the power source is entering. If there is a power fault outside, this one will break down. And this one, if there is a power fault inside, this one will break down because it's protecting the gadget inside. So if you put this one to be using inside, because the power that coming through this one is higher than the consumers inside, it cannot protect it because it's supposed to be sound 0.003 second before it will notice that something is happening. So this one is 10, this one is 25, and this one is the 16 ampere that I'm talking about. This one is 16. Then we'll see, we are coming to see how we are going to do the wiring for the single room or the single apartment. So, first of all, we have already understand this one. And the estimate that I am talking about, you need to know how many wires or the meters of wires that will be able to wire this one. Then that one, you yourself can calculate it to